Hi, it's Chris, and today we're looking into automating a creation of those very simple yet very powerful videos for your business or your personal brand or for your faceless channel. I never paid attention to those videos because to me they looked boring. However, I realized they get a lot of views and they get a lot of tractions. They grow those social channels really big. And the type of the video I'm talking about is here. So imagine if you are just an influencer or personal brand, you record yourself or you get someone to record a lot of videos of you and you just in your natural environment. And then you're going to stick titles that go on the top and there is a trending music going in the background. Another example for the video we're going to create is here. So if you were just running a channel for people who want to get fit after 40 or for a man, then this is probably the type of the video. So the reason those videos work is not because they're super engaging. They kind of are from the technical point of view. Whenever I'm scrolling my feed, I found myself stopping by with these type of videos, not because they were super interesting to me, but because I didn't know what is this video about. So they create this curiosity in your brain. The answer to your curiosity is within the titles. So you're going to stop with those videos and you're just going to read the titles to know what is it about, and only then you can decide whether you're interested or not. But what is happening in the background from the technical point of view is the algorithms think that you're very interested in this video because you didn't scroll away from within the first second. Whereas when you have a normal videos where people just talk to the camera, your brain will know instantly whether you're interested or not. Now you might think, okay, but those videos are really easy to make. Why would I want to automate them? Or why would I want to use make.com to create those videos? I can just jump on my phone and do it. Now here is the problem. Can you really record yourself, sit down, put those titles, find the music, share it on Instagram, and then go ahead and repeat that sharing to all of the social media and then stay consistent so you do that every day for the next 3 months? I can guarantee you're not gonna do this. So the system, even though it produces those very simple but yet powerful videos, the problem it really solves is that it simplifies the process of staying consistent and batch creates those videos for you. So how the system is going to work is we're going to have 3 different separate automations that are going to support this whole system. So the main automation is of course this one. This one just pulls all the data, like where is the video, what titles go on it, where is the music, and stitches all together in the Creator Mate and then sends it off to all the social media of your choice. We're going to add YouTube as well. This automation is responsible for managing your videos, and the way we're going to simplify this process is by using your phone as well. So imagine if you were just out, if you're running a faceless channel, you can just record stuff related to your niche. If you were running a faceless channel about in just general inspiring and motivational quotes, then you can just record nature on your phone, or you can source those nature landscapes from one of those stock free sites as well. If you're running a brick and mortar business, you can literally record your cafe, you can record your shop, and then you can stick trending music and titles on the top. If you're running a personal brand, let's say if you're a coach, you can just get those videos of you doing your daily stuff, your daily routine, or showing off in your fancy car. Or if you're a personal trainer, you can just stick a phone on the tripod in the corner of the gym. You can record yourself working out or working with a client. This is very powerful because it's not going to require from you a lot. All you need to do is just stick your phone on the tripod and that's it. And once you've got a bunch of videos on your phone, what you can then do is just select all of them and click share, and they will just instantly go up and upload to this very specific Google Drive folder, which will trigger all of the process as well. So this module is a constant look for new files. As soon as you've got a new file, this automation will be triggered and you're going to have Google Gemini to look into the video that you've recorded, is going to analyze it, is going to change the name for it, is going to grab the download URL for it, and it's also going to pull out the frame from your video, decide where is your face, whether it's at the top of the video, whether it's at the bottom. So when the caption captions are produced and layered on the top of your video, they're not going to cover your face, which is something you don't want to. So all of that information is then going to be added to a Google Sheet. So this system is designed in a way so that when you're on the go, you can always record yourself, or when you've got a bunch of interesting stock footage, you can always upload that to that folder without worrying about the whole infrastructure, about picking up which video goes where. So you can basically, once the system is set up, you can forget about everything that goes in the background. All you do is you just record and click share, and that's going to go straight to that folder. Now, the third automation that is supporting this whole system is just gathering all the music, and I'm going to walk you through on how we do it. We're basically going to download a trending music down to that folder, and we're going to grab all of that information, the download URL, and we're going to save it to the Google Sheet as well. And of course, those Google Sheets are connected to our main automation, so we can pull the titles that we want to stick on the top, we can pull the background video, and we can pull that music and stitch it all together in the Creator Mate. And of course, you're going to have your Google Sheet with the quotes and with the titles, or with the information that you want to have on the top. So the three Google Sheets that you will be using is the one where you've got all your titles and all the information that you want to stick on the top of the video, like inspiring quotes, or just the information about your business, or your some sort of value that you want to pass on to your viewer, to your audience. We're going to also have this column here, and as soon as the titles have been used, we're going to dynamically mark them as yes, they've been posted, so we don't use them again. Also, you've got a column where you can place your downloads, like a lead magnet, download URL, or you can have a URL where people can register for your events or sign up to your newsletter. You can put extra information in here that you want to upload into the video description for Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. This Google Sheet is, of course, all your videos. And as you can see, the name of the video is always a description of what is happening in the actual video, as Google Gemini has analyzed it. So that comes very useful in certain scenarios. We're going to get to that. And also there is a share link for all the videos, so the Creator Mate can download those videos as well. And then again, we mark them whether the video has been used or not. So you can decide whether the system is picking up only the new videos, or if you want to carry on reusing the videos that have been used before. This column is the information about where is the face in the video. So if you've recorded yourself in a way so that the face is at the top of the video, you probably want those captions displayed at the bottom. And the other way around, if you're sitting down and there is more headroom in your video, then you probably want to place those captions at the top. So this is the information about that. And also this is all done automatically. You don't need to type it in. Vision from ChatGPT is telling us that information. And there is a music as well. Of course, there is a music, and also we are marking here on how many times a specific piece of music have been used. So the system is picking up the music that has been used the least. So your audience isn't getting bored with just one piece of music, unless there is a very specific piece of music that you think is really suitable for your business, for your channel, and you want to reuse that. Then you just place one piece of music here and we'll just keep on using that one piece. That number has a specific role as well. We're going to get to this. So that was a brief explanation of how the system works. So let's start making this from scratch. If you would rather to import the whole design to your make.com automation, all you do is go to import blueprint and just import the file that I'm going to stick in the download link in the description. Otherwise, just follow along this tutorial and I'll show you how to make it from scratch. Okay, so we're going to start by making the 3 spreadsheets that we need. So go ahead and create blank spreadsheet in your Google Sheets, and let's call this one titles or whatever you want. Just remember what it is. Now let's go ahead and create another new Google Sheet, and this one we're going to call it video pool data here. And then the third Google Sheet, I'm going to call it the music pool data, because I have the other music pool data. Okay, so once you've got those 3, let's go ahead and create the titles. So that's going to be the quotes or the information that you want to put and stick on your video. And the next one is going to be used, question mark. We're going to mark it whether they have been used up already, whether we use them in the video. post text. So when video goes up on the Facebook, that's the video, but you also gonna have a post text to it, or on the Instagram, or whatever you want to go with your video. Let's just select that row and make it so it looks like the headers. Now in the video pool data, we're going to have one called just a video, download, URL, date it was created. You don't need dates, but I just have it. And also we're going to do used and question mark, whether it was used or not. And the last one, we're going to call it where is the face, and also mark that row as headers. In the music pool data, let's go ahead and create file name. And here we're going to, actually I'm going to make some adjustments, or should I say improvements. We're going to call this one trim. So the idea behind the trim column is so that when we download the music, we're going to find a spot in the music where we want the music to start in our video. So that's the trim. So let's say if you want the music to start within a 30 seconds, because there was a long intro and everyone's sharing this piece of music on social media, but it always starts at a drop. So you want to know where you want the music to start. We're going to call it trim, and it will be just the number of seconds. Another column we're going to create is how many times used and question mark. So in here, what you want to type is what's the lowest number, and underneath you're going to type in the function in Google Sheets. So going to type minimum value in a numeric data set. Now you're just going to select starting from C2 going down for as long as many pieces of music you think you're gonna have. You can select more, so I'm going to stay on the safe side and I'm just going to select 70 rows and then hit enter. And it gives us 0, but let's say if you've had one piece of music that was used once, this one was used 3 times, this one was used 6 times, it's always going to give us the lowest number, okay? And we're going to use that lowest number, so we then search for the piece of music within the column C that has the lowest numbers. So the system will pick up the music that has been used the least, which is what I said before. Yeah, but for now we're just going to delete that. Yeah, and of course, those two cells, if you're thinking about making more columns, those two can be placed anywhere in your Google Sheet. Just remember what it is, because we will map that number in our make.com automation later. Okay, so in your Google Drive, just go ahead and make a folder that's called brand automation, or just automation, or stock footage. You can name it whatever you want. Just remember what it is, because we're gonna map that folder later. I've called mine brand automation, and I've uploaded some of the music straight from my phone already. You can drop some of the stock footage from free stock sites if you want to, or yeah, so the background videos go in here. Then you want to go onto the music pool and do the same. Just create a music pool. How do we source our music? And I've looked, and the quickest and the easiest way of doing this is this. You want to go to YouTube and you want to go to y2mate.nu site. Then go to YouTube and type in something like viral instrumental reels music 2025. Of course, if you're watching this video later in 2026, then go ahead and type in whatever the music you want. Basically, it doesn't have to be instrumental, it could be songs, but I like instrumentals. So I've typed this in, and now there are a lot of playlists that basically gather all the viral music that goes off in these days. So what you then do is select the music you like. Now, if it's only like a few K views, it's probably someone just trying to promote their music. It's not the viral music. But if you see a piece of music that has 6 million views, that on the other hand is probably being used a lot on social media. So what you want to do is then copy the link. So you want to copy the link like that, Control C, paste it in here and click convert and click download. Then click download and save it on your disk. Now, actually, so once you found a piece of music that you like, that you want to download, what you do, you just scroll through the music and you find the place where you want the music to start, okay? So if you want the music to start at 55 seconds, then you're going to save this file as 55. If you like it from 1 minute and 30 seconds, just translate that to seconds. So that will be 90 seconds, okay? 60 plus 30. Now, remember that number that you want to use, and Control C, then go ahead and click and paste your link in here, Control V or Command V, and click convert and then download. And while you're downloading, I wanted my music to start at 55 seconds. So I'm just going to name it as 55, and that's saved. Then you're going to drop it to your Google Drive. And I've got a few pieces of music. Each of those numbers represents on at which second the music should start in my video. Okay, let's go to make.com, create new scenario, and you can import my blueprint if you decided to get it from me, or if you want to make it, just go and select Google Drive. We'll do an automation that helps us to source the music. So you're going to select watch files in a folder and log in with your account. If you've never done it, just click add and sign in with your Google. Make sure it's the Google that has access to the drive with the folder you just made. And you're then going to go ahead and you want to select the folder that you made. So for me, it's going to be brand automation. And depending on how many songs you've downloaded and have ready waiting, I'm going to put the limit to 6 because I know there are 5 pieces of music. For now, I'm going to select it all, click save. Now you want to go and search for get a share link. Again, make sure that's the same connection, and for the file ID, you just map the file ID of the file that has been just found. Now for the role, keep it at reader, but the type, make sure you change it to anyone. That's very important, so the file can be accessed by CreatorMate. Now go ahead and create Google Sheets and add row. Again, you want to log in with your Google account and select the connection you need. And what you're going to do is go and select the spreadsheet you made, the one with the music. So I'm just going to put the music pool data, and the sheet name is your sheet name. We made headers, so select contains headers, yes. Now for the file name, we're going to just select name. The trim is going to be a name without the file extension. Okay, so what you want to do now is use a function that will help us to remove the extension of the file. So we only have the number that we want to trim. So what you do is you type in replace opening brackets and then map the file name, which is this one. And then you want to type in semicolon, and you want to give it a name, point out the function to what do you want to replace. So you want to type in MP3 and then semicolon again. And now you would put what do you want to replace it with. So if you always wanted to replace it with something else, then you just type it in here. Now you want to remove it, so we just give it nothing. So just close the brackets, and that way it will just remove the MP3 from that file name. How many times used? You want to type in 0 because it hasn't been used just yet. And just save it like that, and let's hit run and see what happens. So it found the file, it's got the share link, and it's adding new rows. Let's have a look. All right, sorry guys, I forgot for the music pool data, we also need the download link. Okay, so another column on the right, and just type download URL, hit OK. I'm going to remove all of that for now, and we're going to run it again. So just choose where to start, hit save. And also the problem with make.com very often that I face is that when you make some changes in your source app like Google Sheets, the module doesn't refresh quite often. So what you're gonna have to do is delete it and make it from scratch, or you can just make another one like that, and it should be refreshed now when we select our pool data. So the music pool data, and we should now see our extra column. Download URL, there it is. So file name, just select then add row. You can just copy that function and the trim, paste it. Download URL is going to be not the share link, but the web content link. That's quite important. And how many times it's been used, just type 0, and you can safely delete that module. Now let's run it again. Okay, actually let's move the lowest number from here to the top as well. The reason being is that cell needs to stay static. It always has to be F3 or whatever. It cannot be moving but when you add new rows and you keep this one at the bottom, it will be moving down the line. So once you've got 1 or 2 songs, just place it on the second row and that will do the trick. So this is all good. So our music is now sorted. Let's go to our videos. So once you've shared few stock videos or videos that you recorded yourself to your brand automation folder, go ahead to back to make.com. Let's actually save this one. I'm going to call this one tutorial music pool. Okay, I'm now going to create new scenario. So this one again, you want to be looking into the folder, and each time there is a new video that appears in the folder, it's going to be added automatically to your Google Sheets, all the data. So let's select the folder where you placed your videos. I'm going to select brand automation. For now, the limit, just set it to whatever you want. It's basically going to pick up the new video only. And so if you just uploaded one video, it will just take one. So you're safe just putting in 10. I'll put 10 and just select all for now. Then again, we want to grab a download URL for that file. Just get the share link, and the file ID is the file D from the previous module. Change the role, leave it as the reader, and change the type to anyone, and click save. Okay, let's rename this automation to something as well so we can keep on saving it. So I'm going to call it tutorial video B for brands automation, but you call it whatever you want. Just remember to what it is and just hit on save. Now we're going to add a Google Gemini. So just type in Gemini and go and choose the upload a file. Now, if you've never made the connection, you want to click on add and you want to pass on the API key. This is really easy. All you do is in your Google, just type in Google AI Studio and go and choose the API key. Then it will ask you to sign in and you can hit create API key and you're just gonna take that. Okay, and it doesn't cost you anything, at least for now. Yeah, it's free. It's actually quite ridiculous how good for the gym, and it's free, so that's unbelievable. But yeah, it's free. So you then go into name your connection, and yeah, we'll give you that. So for the name, you want to just probably use a file name, I guess. It could be anything really. And the data, right, so the data, you need to get the data first. So for that, we are actually going to disconnect it for a second and add another module called get a file, this one, http get a file. For the URL, just select web content link from the previous module, hit OK, then connect Google Gemini to the HTTP module, select on it, and it will just let you to map it. So you don't need to be giving the name, you just select that and hit save. Now, because this is a video, here is how the Google Gemini works. It's uploading the file to itself, and then once it's processed, like fully uploaded, it can then go and analyze it. You can then go and do stuff with it. It takes a few seconds for the file to be processed. So we're going to add a sleep module for now. And if your videos are up to 30 seconds long, they're not too long, then probably, I don't know, 15 seconds is good enough. But just to stay on the safe side, I'm going to type in 20 seconds. If you get the errors with the next module about the status of that file, that probably you want to increase how many seconds you want of the delay. But I think 20 seconds should be okay. Now select Google Gemini again and create a completion and choose that. The model you want to choose is 2.0 Flash Experimental. And let's go ahead and choose Add Item. You want to choose User. And the first type is going to be a file. For the memo type, just map that from the previous Gemini module. The file URL is the URL from the previous module. And then add another item. This is going to be your prompt. So just say to Google Gemini what you want to do with that file. I'm going to type in, look at my video and give me a short description of what is going on in the video, up to 8 words. Feel free to change that to what you want. Your answer is the description of the video only, with no extra comments or explanations. It's important to say that because otherwise it's going to act like ChatGPT, where you're asking it for something and it's going to evaluate on the reasoning behind the answer, and you don't want to be getting that. You just want, you know, what you want. So yeah, just make sure you're going to put in your answer is the description of the video only, no extra comments or explanations. Also, do not use any special character in your answer. We're going to use the answer from the Google Gemini as a file name, so we don't want it to give us a little dot because that will screw up the extension of the file, like dot. Right, so hit on save, that should be good enough. Okay, now we're going to add another Google Drive. We want to update the name of your video so you know what's inside. So update a file, hit that. Now the file ID is the file we are working with, so you can grab that file ID from the first or the second module, doesn't matter, it's the same file ID. Make sure that the connection, if you have few connections, make sure you're using the right connection, so the connection that has the access to the folder we are working with. Now the new updated file name is going to be a result from the Google Gemini, and the rest stays as it is. So just hit on save. Okay, and what you want to do now is download a frame from that file, from your video. So the video is made out of lots and lots of frames, and Google Drive is cool in the way it gives you the thumbnail of the video, which usually will be just your... So what we're going to do is download that thumbnail from the video, and we're going to pass it on to ChatGPT Vision. So let's go ahead and click on HTTP get a file, and the URL for that is from within the first, or should we say the second module, get a share link. So module number 2, we're going to scroll and look for, okay, so we now want to grab a thumbnail of that video. So we're going to pass it on for the image analysis, so we know whether your face is up in the frame or at the bottom. So for that, just go ahead and choose the HTTP module, get a file, and our thumbnail should be available within the first module. If you just, there we go, choose the thumbnail link and then hit save. We're then going to search for ChatGPT OpenAI, and we're going to select create completion, and for the model I'm going to select a ChatGPT 4. I don't know, the number 4 works well and the turbo is fine. Let's just go with turbo now. Most of them will just work fine. And for the messages, you're going to select role, user, and then image input type. We're going to select image file, and you're going to map it to the first one at the top, which is this one here. The text is going to be your prompt. So imagine that this image is split evenly into 2 parts, top and the bottom. Where is the human face in this picture? Is it top half of the image, or is it top of the bottom? Your answer should be bottom or top, no extra comments or explanations. So that works pretty well. You can change max tokens to 3000 and click save. Now we have all the information we need. We've got our video stock footage updated as well, and so we're now going to search for Google Sheets, and we're now going to add a new row, create your connection, and click here to choose the file. So let's search for a spreadsheet that we've created for the videos. So video pool data was mine, and the sheet name is just sheet 1. So the video is going to be a video file name, but the updated one. So update the file, hit name. Download URL is going to be a share link. It's going to be get share link. It's going to be web content link. Make sure you don't select just the share link, which is this one, as it might not work. Now, you might be thinking this one was grabbing a share link from before the file name was updated, but Google Drive works by looking at the file ID, and that hasn't changed. So this should work fine. And the date, yeah, you can use the date or you don't have to use it. I'm going to stick the date so I know when was the video recorded or created. And that's just going to be created time in here. And whether it was used yet or not. This automation is to discover your new stock footage. So I'm just going to type in no, because obviously if you're just uploading it, it hasn't been used just yet. And where is the face is going to be a result, which is the answer from the Vision ChatGPT. So let's now save it and let's run once and see if it works. So it looks like it found my stock footage and it has passed it on to Google Gemini. Let's have a look at the background, see if our Google Sheet is being updated. So no results just yet, still working. So the video has been passed on to Google Gemini. We're now waiting for 20 seconds to pass. It's now been analyzed by Google Gemini and looks like we have a little problem in here. Why is that? Okay, I think I might have picked the wrong module for the mapping in here. So I'm just going to click map. Yeah, so you see that little 4 in here? It say that it has been mapped to the first gather file, which is this one. So what we're going to do is change that to and map it using the map function. So the file name and the data is data, and we now 100% sure this is correct. So let's save it again, choose where to start. I'm going to select all, otherwise it would go for the next file. That's the reason behind selection, and then hit run once. That should be all good now. Okay, so this time the image analysis went okay. We got the result, you can see it in here. So the result was top, and if we look at the background, it has added new role. There is a video about with a girl smiling holding a bowl of salad in the kitchen, and yeah, that's one of the videos I have. Has it been used? No. Where's the face at the top? That's also accurate, so that the system works. And it has just analyzed another video, and it tells you what it is. Got the download URL, got the date now at the top. This is all properly done. This is all works. So the reason I'm keeping those as separate automation, the music analysis, the music gathering automation, we should say, and the videos, you can see how the normal names of your origin names are being changed to the names that are describing of what's inside. This helps you to organize your videos as well. And the reason being I'm keeping those as separate automation is because you can basically always add and have that freedom of always just dropping new music to that folder and dropping new stock footage to that folder, or your footage, your videos to that folder, and you don't have to worry about triggering those automations. The whole thing, the Google Sheets, everything will be just updated as soon as you just share a new file to your Google Drive, and I think that's very convenient for any business, any brand. So the one last thing you want to do with your automation is you want to save it and you want to enable it so that it looks every 15 minutes into your folder to see whether there are any new videos, any new music, or you can trigger it manually by just hitting the play button, and it will not go, because it's looking at the new files only. You don't need to worry, it's not going to look at the files that it has already analyzed. It's only going to go for the new footage, for the new music. So that's that. Because I've had few videos, it's taking a while and it's analyzing all the videos. So the automation for music and Google Sheet data is sorted. So as for the video background, we can now go ahead and create our main automation. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a new scenario. And the first module you want to create is search for rows. Now choose the connection that you have for your Google Sheets that you created. And let's go and search for the spreadsheet. So mine was simply called titles. So I'm going to search for that. Titles, sheet name is just a sheet. For the column range, A to Z is fine. And the filter, we're going to look at the column B, because this is the one that shows us whether the titles were used or not. So we're going to select used, and it has to be equal to no, because if it's yes, we don't want to use them. And leave that as is and just put limit 1 and hit save. Okay, before we continue, we actually wanted to fill out this Google Sheet. So you probably know best how to fill this data, but just to show you quickly, if you just want to run a faceless channel for people that want to quit their day job and want to start earning money online, you could probably go and type this sort of prompt. So give me 6 intriguing and inspiring sentences for people who aspire to work remotely. It's going to give you just a cool text that can go on the top of your videos. So I'm just going to say also to Claude, I need more valuable, intriguing and inspiring thoughts for people who want to succeed who want to financial free. Put it in a table. Please forgive me the spelling mistakes, but I'm sure Claude knows what I want. Okay, so the Claude has generated some useful quotes that I'm going to use for our videos, and for that I'm just going to press this copy contents and go back to our Google Sheet and just gonna paste it somewhere here. Let's remove the formatting, so just keep the values only, and the thoughts I want to use are here. So just gonna copy that, paste it to our titles, and I'm going to delete the rest of it. Just gonna stick it like that. And for whether it was used, I'm gonna type in no and copy it across like that. Now you can go to ChatGPT or just find literally you can actually type it. So if you really want to pass on your thoughts, you could just type into what you think on your niche, on something that you want to pass on and say to your audience. I'm just going to be a little bit lazy here for the purposes of this tutorial, and I'm just going to stick those 10 quotes that are nice. So here in the post text you can say download my 12 days formation challenge here, url.com/downloads. So that way people will leave their email, you can reach them out, and so you can copy that across like that. In our make.com automation, we've got search rows and titles. Now whether it was used or not, B has to say no and click save. So that's all good. Then we're gonna grab our titles. We also need to grab a music and the video. So let's create another Google Sheet and let's search for our video. So again, use the correct connection for your Google Sheets. Select the spreadsheet. Video pool data is mine. Select the sheet name. Column range again, A to Z is fine. And the filter is whether it was used or not. So again, in our video, you want to search the one that says no, because once we've used it, this will change to yes. So for now, we're just going to use no, and then just limit is 1, click save. So let's rename this to get video. This one would be, let's rename it to get titles. And now we're going to get music. So again, search rows and let's select the music pool data. Sheet name is just a sheet name. Change the column range to just AZ. And the filter is how many times used. And we want to scroll down and choose less than or equal to. And we need to map it to the cell in our music pool data. So this cell will tell us which piece of music has been least used and how many times it was used. So the lowest number of how many times this piece of music was used is number 2. So we're going to map this cell, and in our automation we're going to say it has to be that number or less. But of course it's just going to find this number always. So to map this cell we need to get it first. So create another module that says get a cell, and again just find the spreadsheet ID, the music pool data in my case, and the cell that you want to get. In my case it's F3, so just type in F3 and click save. I'm going to rename this to get a cell, and in here we want to map it to get a cell. You might need to unlink it and link it back just to refresh. No, we're gonna have to delete it and make a new one. So the music pool data and the sheet name is sheet 1. Change the column range again to just to AZ, and the filter is how many times used. Scroll down to numeric operators and it's gonna be less than, or it could be just equal to actually, because it's always picking up the lowest number. So it can be just go to equal to and get a cell value. and limit is 1 because you only want to grab one piece of music. Hit save. So we've grabbed titles, we've grabbed the video, we've grabbed the music, so we've got all the 3 ingredients that we need for CreatorMate. So go on to create new module and type in CreatorMate and render a template. Now we haven't made a template in a CreatorMate yet, so just gonna hit save here for now, or just cancel. And actually let's rename this to automated personal brands video and hit save. Now let's go to CreatorMate. If you never used the CreatorMate site before, the site is creatormate.com, literally spelled like here. Then you're gonna just sign in into a free account with just your email and go to templates and hit new, and then we're gonna start from scratch. We'll pick the vertical 9 by 16, create template. Now we're going to need a few layers. The first one is going to be a video. So just for the purposes of making this template, I'm going to upload one of the videos. I suggest you do that the same. So just hit upload and then upload one of the videos you like. So we've got a little video here. We also going to need music. So click upload file and just upload a random piece of audio. It's not going to be used in your video, so it doesn't really matter which one you use. So I'm just gonna choose this one, 23. Okay, and move it to the beginning. So all the layers start together. Let's name it properly. So background, video, music. Now what you wanna do is you wanna change the duration of the audio layer of the music from media to auto and just click away to save it. As you can see, the audio has shortened down to the length of the media from the video. So if your video is 10 seconds long, your final video clip is going to be 10 seconds long. Otherwise, if you keep the music at the media length, your video is going to be rendered for as long as that audio lasts. And if your background video was shortened than that time, then your final video will just have a lot of black space at the end. So make sure that you change that to auto. Now we're going to need a text layer, and feel free to just hit text and place it where you want your text to be. Again, just probably copy one of the quotes that you're going to use and paste it so you get the feel of what the final video is going to look like. For the size, select the third one, so auto sized font, and this one is going to allow you to do like a placeholder. Basically, the box you're adjusting here is going to contain your text no matter how long or how short it is. The font size will be automatically adjusted so the text fits into that box. And this is a good moment to do your branding as well. So if you have a personal brand that uses certain font or colors, where you can pick it up from here. CreatorMate has a very rich font library, but you can also upload your own font here as well, which is very useful. So I'm just going to leave mine at the default one, and I'm going to change the color of the font to black, and we're going to give it a text background. The text background, I'm going to put it to white, but the opacity, I'm going to put it at 50, maybe 70. Yeah, like that. And I'm going to make the alignment the middle. If you move your text left and right, it's going to give you the center line. So that looks very good. And I'm going to rename it to text dash bottom. Okay, and now I'm going to duplicate that. So copy and paste, and I'm going to move it up. And I'm going, the one at the top, I'm going to rename to text, rename top. So for the videos that have people where their face is at the top, we're going to use the bottom layer. Or for the people that kind of sits down like somewhere here but have a lot of space at the top, we're going to use the top titles. So that's the idea behind. If you want to have your titles always placed at the same place, you can just draw one layer of the text and that will do the job. So now the final part is you're going to select all of those layers, and all of them are dynamic, meaning that we are providing the text, the background video and the music. That means once you've got all of them selected, you're going to go on the right hand side and just tick the dynamic box like that. Also, you can have some sort of smooth transitions. If you want your text not to be instantly revealed, you can do those animations, a lot of cool animations. I really like the reveal one, so like that. And also I'm going to make it longer. That's really good. That will have people reading for 7 seconds. And if when people like scrolling really fast, that will stop them for 7 seconds, and that will be long enough to trigger all the algorithms. So for the top text, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to reveal it like that, and also going to make it last for 7 seconds. Now don't worry, only one at a time will be used, so it will be always either a top or at the bottom text that's going to be used in your video. Now let's call this template branded videos. And yeah, feel free to mess around with the template as well. You can like add an image here, or just upload your logo if you want and set the opacity to 50% and stick it up somewhere so people don't steal your content because you're going to have your logo. You can do a lot of cool stuff in Creator Mate. So that's done. Branded videos. Let's go back to our make.com automation, and if we now click on the Creator Mate, if you never used the Creator Mate before, you want to make the connection, and for that it's going to ask you for API key. To grab your API key, all you need to do is come out of the template and go to those 3 little dots, and then go to your project settings and hit on the API key, click to reveal. That's going to give you a long API key that you're just going to copy, and you're going to paste it in here. Branded videos is my template, and it's going to display all the things that we selected as dynamic. So you should see a background video, music, text, top and bottom. So for the background video, we need to grab a share link from the video. So get the video, and there is your download URL here. Now for the music is get video, get titles. Yeah, that's our music. I didn't rename it, but I'm sure this is our music. So it's going to be download URL as well. And now the text at the bottom and at the top will be the same one. So just select from your first module, just select titles and titles again and hit save. What we also need to do is I'm actually going to save it now as well. Make sure you keep on saving because make.com can crash and there is no autosave, unfortunately. Now go to the advanced settings. This is going to be a little bit advanced, but once you understand it, this is really easy, or just copy me. You're gonna add an item. If you go to Creator Mate template that we've created, if you click on the music and go to the audio, you've got this trim value that you can set. So remember the value I told you about, the trim value, okay? Yeah, so we're going to use that, and we're basically going to pass on that value back to Creator Mate in here. And the way to do it, let's just type in, let's say we wanted the music to start at 23 seconds. It's going to trim the 23 seconds from the start. And now the music starts at the main point, at the point where you want the music to start. Now, if you hit on that 23 number and you want to go to the source editor, it's going to tell us that the trim start is 23. So we basically want to adjust dynamically that value 23, and this is the key name that we want to adjust. And also the name is music. Okay, so here is how we're going to adjust it in the make.com. So the attribute, you need to tell which layer it is. So the layer is called music, and the attribute you want to change is trim start. Okay, because if you go to Creator Mate, okay, this is the key name, the attribute we want to change. And this is the value. So the value is going to be our trim. Okay, so when I look at our music pool data, it looks like the trim is still, it should say just a number without .mp3. So I'm not sure what went wrong in that. So for the Creator Mate, I'm going to take the file name again, and I'm going to remove that mp3 as well, meaning that column isn't really necessary. I'm just going to leave it as is for now because it's not causing any harm to our automation, but we're going to use the file name to carry on working with our automation. So what we're going to do is, again, remove that mp3, but hopefully this works this time. So just type in replace open bracket, and we're going to take the trim, so let's say 23.mp3. We're going to use semicolon and just type in .mp3, semicolon again, and close brackets. And hopefully that will replace mp3 with nothing. We're going to add another item, and what we want to do is hide and display either top or the bottom titles. So we're going to create a function that has a condition. I'm just going to quickly hit save and go back to Creator Mate to show you how to conditionally select the layer. And if you scroll down, you're going to see that you have a visible option. And if you tick it, nothing really changes in your source editor. But as soon as you change that to hidden, okay, this extra value is going to add this key name. It says visible false, meaning that the layer will be hidden. So if the visible was set to true, it means that the layer will be displayed. So we have the key name, which is the visible, and we have two values, false and true. So just need to remember that. And the layer that we're working with is text top. So let's go back to make.com, hit on Creator Mate, scroll down, go to extra modifications again, and the attribute we're going to work with is text top. Key name that we want to edit is that visible, okay, and we know that by looking at the source editor. So back to make.com, visible, and the value. Now the value should be either false or true, but it has to depend on where is the face in the video. So if you scroll down, we've got this place that's going to tell us where is the face. So we're going to create a formula with a condition, and we're going to say that if where's the face is top, okay, then we want that attribute to be hidden, okay, if I'm doing things all right. So if your face is at the top, then set this value to false. It means it's not going to be visible. So what we want to say is if this face equals, so go to here, and sorry, it's here, go to your operators, it's here. So if that equals top, then give us false, otherwise give us true, okay, and same goes for here, and that should work. So let's try it again, and it's now rendering. Okay, it looks like it has rendered the video okay. We're going to copy the URL for that video file, open a new tab, and just preview to see what we've got. And that worked really well. Of course, the girl with the bowl of healthy salad doesn't quite match our titles, but you get the idea, it works. So we're just going to close that now. And what we also need to now do is create update row within the Google Sheet. And we, of course, now want to just do all the updates. So how many times the music was used, that we used that background video, and we've used those titles. So we're going to do 3 update rows. So first, let's search for our titles and select the sheet name, and the row number you want to update is the same row number from here. So get titles, row number. Now, whether it was used or not, this time you just type in yes. So that's going to change that column to yes and hit save. Let's rename it to update titles usage. And then you can copy and paste it or just clone. But this time we're going to select video pool data, and the row number is, if we go down to get video, select the row number from there, and we're going to delete that yes, and whether it was used, yes, and then hit save. Let's rename that to update video usage, then add or just clone this one again, and we're going to update our music. The music pool data in my case, and the row number is, if you go up, search rows, this is our Google Sheet for the searching for the music. I'm going to select it to row number 2. We should rename it as well. And how many times it was used, let's map it to get a cell to this value. Now it was already used twice, so what we're going to do is choose the operator plus, and we're just going to say 1. So whatever how many times it was used before is just going to add 1 and update that number. And this is how we update on how many times each piece of music was used. You can do that the same with video if you want to repeat your videos as well. So let's rename that to update music usage. Okay, and you want to be updating those values after the successful creator made creation. Okay, yeah. And now you can send it off to all of the social media. So for that, we're going to create a router. And the first one is going to be Facebook. And we're going to upload video. Now to upload a video, we're going to need data of the video. But the creator mate is only giving us a link. Okay, so we need to download that video physically first. So what we're going to do is actually let's just delete Facebook for now. We're going to add another module here, which is get file within HTTP, like that. And the URL is the URL we get from the creator mate, and click save. So this will be, let's rename it to download video. Okay, so we can now go ahead and click on the Facebook page. If you've never done it before, you can only post to a page, so you need to have a Facebook page. It doesn't work with your personal profiles on Facebook. So go ahead and choose the upload video. To create your connection, you just log in with your Facebook. It's really easy, and once you've logged in with your Facebook, it's going to show you all the Facebook pages you have access to that you're an admin of. So I'm going to change my connection, and I'm just going to pick one of my pages, let's say this one, and just going to map it to the file. Now for the description, you can go all the way down, and you can say, you could do something like put the titles that are actually within the videos, and then hit spacebar, and then you can just use the text post or post text, and that will have the link to your lead magnets, and then just hit save. Now you can also post it to Instagram, and if you want to post it to Instagram, make sure that you switch on your Instagram app, make sure you switch your profile from personal to a professional, I think it's called, or a business. It looks the same, it does the same thing, but it has to be switched on to business for this to work. And you want to choose create a real photo if you want to upload video. Funnily enough, the Instagram only needs a video URL. So just select your page. Again, you can log in with Facebook and just select your page. Or should I use this one? And the video URL, just map it from the URL from the creator mate. And again, for the captions, let's choose on the Instagram. I think the captions, they don't link properly. So you could say something like link in BF4 cool PDF guide. This is what you would do normally with the Instagram. And the cover frame is when people looking at your profile on your Instagram, at all your reels, they're not moving. They have a still thumbnail. So this is basically in seconds. You can say, take the 5th second of that video, or should we say 10 seconds of that video, so we know which frame to take from the video and display it like that. And then hit save. YouTube is easy as well. Just upload video, connect it to a router, log in with your Gmail, and that's going to give you the access to your YouTube channel. And just type in the title, whatever you want it to be. You could be using the same titles that you use for your video. So just like that. YouTube wants you to provide a actual data of the video as well. So just make sure you map it to the HTTP getter file. The video category, just select whatever it is for you, and the privacy status. It could be public if you want it to send it off to YouTube straight away. And description, again, this could be the lead magnet as well. Then hit save. Do you want to send it off to LinkedIn? That's easy as well. Let's go find LinkedIn, create a user video post. And then if you've never logged in before, make sure you within the same browser you're logged into your LinkedIn. That will make things easier. And then you just click add, select connection type, just select LinkedIn, hit save, and that will open up this window. And if you logged in already, then it will just let you through. Otherwise, you just sign in with your LinkedIn and that will make the connection. So I'm just going to choose my account because I've got the connection already, and I'm just going to select file as well from the downloaded video. The title is whatever you want the title to be, and the content is whatever you want the text to be displayed, the actual text of the post that the video is with. So you can again just get people to download your lead magnet and then just hit save, and that's all done. And there is a Twitter as well. Should we do that? Actually, you know what? Twitter is a little bit longer. If you want, have a look at my previous video. I'm going to display at the end of this video. There is a walkthrough of how to connect your Twitter account to that automation as well. It's not as straightforward as these 4 ones, but it's definitely easy if you follow the steps. So yeah, I'm going to actually disconnect this because I don't want those videos to be posted to my social media. The system definitely works. I've been using various systems that sends those posts to all of the social media like that. And yeah, so let's generate another video quickly just to make sure the updates work properly as well. So I'm just going to hit save now and hit run. And we're going to create another video. Tired to drink more coffee. Okay, so again, this has created a video. So let's have a quick look at the video we have just made. Okay, it's the girl with the salad again. It is because on the first run, we didn't update the statuses on our Google Sheet, and that's why it has picked up the first video from the top. And if we look at our video pool data, girl smiles holding bowl of salad, this has just now been changed to yes. So the next time we run this automation, it's going to pick up this video and then it's going to change the status, so it's not going to be used again. It's then going to go for this one. Okay, so that worked fine because the video status has been changed to yes. If we look at our music data, we can't really tell, can we? Because I've just typed in those numbers. So I'm just going to change it back to 0 and just that, and hopefully with another run we're going to see this to change. The titles, those titles have been used and that has changed to yes, so that's working properly. Okay, so let's give it another run to make sure everything works. Okay, another video created, so let's quickly watch that. So it has gone down for the next video, it has gone down for the next titles. There are only titles displayed at the bottom because his face is more on to the top, not at the bottom. So that works quite nice. It has picked up the same music again because it went for the music with the least plays from the top. And because all of our music was used 0 times, then it has gone for this music from the top. Now the update went okay because we've only used it once and it has increased that number by 1. So next time we're going to run this automation, is going to take another music from here, which is this one. For our titles, again, another titles have been updated. They are marked as yes. So it's not going to choose neither of those two. The system is going to search the next one down that has no within the column B. So yeah, the system works and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know in the comments what kind of tutorial I should make next. I've got 2 in mind that I can do. But of course, I'm more keen to give you guys the kind of automations that would be more useful to you. Okay, so the automation works really nicely. Let me know in the comments what kind of automation you would want me to make for you guys. I feel quite confident making all the automations related to dynamic video creation and photos and image related automations. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you liked it, or if you want me to change anything in the styles of making those tutorials. I'll try to keep it step by step so anyone can follow. But yeah, let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.